Hey guys, Pep Doc here with an episode of Rimworld. This is going to be a playthrough slash guide series where myself and my bro After will play through tribal start, hardest difficulty. We will explain all our thought process, why, etc, etc, because together we have thousands of hours played. And yeah, if you just want to know how to win the game and be efficient, this is the series for you. Even if you already know how to play, you're an experienced Rimworlder, you'll probably have some stuff to learn by watching this. Well, let's get straight to the video. Okay, so here we are. So the first thing you should do, which After is already doing, just take a look-see around. I like this spot right here, dude. Look at that steam. Guys are right in there, dude. I think this is where our base goes, my friend.
Yep, and we got some rich spoils here.
Yeah. So rich soil is basically if you have a growing patch, it just grows in faster. Yeah.
This is tempting where we first spawn with these natural structures. Very tempting.
Yeah, but this is a better defensible and just better overall, I think. Easier to defend.
One of the things to consider is where are we going to build. Because this mud, this water, we can't build a proper kill room. So we might have to block this off.
And then that is correct. Here isn't actually bad. There's a geyser right here actually, so this is looking more appealing to me. We can block it off here and here and here at this choke here.
It's more centralized on the map, so there's less likelihood of getting surprise rated from over here. 2
entry points really, so it's easy to defend and plenty of space for infrastructure. And one of my biggest appeals is a steam geyser for geothermal power farther along the way. This is my favorite thing about tribal is an anima tree. So if you've seen the movie Avatar, guys, you know they fucking connect to the tree and they trip out. Pretty much same effect here. Okay. So we scouted our base, we figured out where we're going. The next step is to make sure your dudes are equipped with weapons and unforbid all this stuff that's foreboded right now.
Which animals did we random? We got some Labradors. That
wow.
Is very... Oh, wow. Very nice.
Yes.
Probably one of the best animals to start with. That or any other kind of dog, honestly, that can haul. Other animals are good as well, but labs do reproduce very quickly. So it's encouraging to have that.
Very much so. But you know, if you're a real baller like me, you just fucking get an army of thrumbos. Not very cost efficient to your community at all, but thrumbos, man. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm using the allow tool and just dragging and letting go. So any foreboded, because sometimes resources are spread along your map. So this is just a quick way to make sure all that shit's allowed. So that means it can get hauled back to the base. And After's already planning the design, because the higher difficulties, there's really only like one way to build a base. People are gonna argue that that's wrong, but
love to see their YouTube series.
Yeah. And like combined, we have at least like 3,000 hours played in this game.
Oh, I've got close to 3,000 by myself now.
Yeah. I'm not too sure what I'm at now. It's been a while and I haven't been playing much lately, but...
So one of the things that is considered is the size of the rooms. Sometimes you'll do 4x4 rooms, sometimes you'll do bigger. The thing about tribal is you can't really deal with a heat wave or a cold snap without enough infrastructure. So we want to protect against those happenings first, or a plague. Best way to do that is communal rooms. So we'll work on building one area first, and then connecting other areas to that area once we have more technology.
Exactly.
If you're starting on crash landed, you can kind of do it a little bit more diversity, but at the start of this, we want to focus on one build.
Yeah. And in regards of crash landed, you start with more resource, better clothes, more research trees along the way too. But when you're on tribal, you don't have complex furniture research, you don't have stone cut and reforged, you don't have complex clothing, any electricity at all. So you can't even make proper beds for your people at the start. They gotta sleep on the floor. They're wearing really shitty clothes that don't really protect them from the elements at all. Like when it's warm out, they can get away with wearing these, what are they called again? Like parkas, tribal wear? Yeah, tribal wear, which is nothing really.
So we've got a little bit of an outline set here, nothing too big. A little bit of an area to store some stuff, not a permanent storage at all. But again, we're not going to have a lot of stuff to start.
No, we work on it along the way, and the base grows. One thing I like do a lot, not right off the bat, but like pretty fast along this like way of doing things. Like we want to get this set up ASAP. Our little plan. So you can go over to orders in the architect page and do the plan, which is pretty much like example, like boom, helps you plan out what you're doing, which I and after highly suggest you doing is you kind of plan out your base some more. And if you're a little less experienced, you can copy and follow our base build along the way. Because yeah, this is the one and only really way to make a base that can survive anything, really, if you handle it properly.
Ready to get started? Start the hauling process?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the first day or two is pretty much hauling, building, you know, that stuff. So let's see. Squads all equipped weapons, so in case shit happens, we are Gucci. Oh, we have a yak too, dude. 2 dogs and a yak? It's a really good start for animals. I haven't really used yaks too much though, so... How are yaks fared up against like buffalo? Are they haul animals?
Is this a yak? Yeah, it is. I'm not sure. I think it's more of like a farm animal.
Yeah, I think it's a farm animal too, because I don't think they can haul. Because it doesn't have trainability. So the reason why we're not 100% too sure, guys, is this game is constantly being updated and they're always adding new features. Just recently, well, months ago, they released Rimworld Royalty Pack, which was the first ever expansion pack for Rimworld. That added a lot of new animals, a royalty system, which we will go into when it arises, and a bunch of stuff that's still kind of new. One sec. Sorry guys, that's just my alarm from my meds.
The reason we've chosen this size building is we plan to have this be our bedroom, which is a barracks, our rec room, and our dining room. And there's separate buffs that associate with both. Having a significant bedroom or a rec room, excuse me, or a dining room gives the two separate buffs. So right off the start, we're going to work on obtaining these buffs so that we can deal with more of the negative factors of the Rimworld experience.
Correct. And the way you can see is if you click on your follower, click on the needs one, it will show you a bunch of information. The general mood, in which you can read more on what it goes into, food, rest, recreation, etc, etc, etc. And then the green is positive moodlet, so like everyone starts with the initial optimism moodlet because, you know, new colony, we're alive, we're happy that we didn't die from the, what do they call them, blood gods, mech gods, something. Rimworld lore is crazy, guys.
Blood Scythers.
Blood Scythers, that's correct. So they're pretty much happy to be alive right now, so they're not too focused on what shit living conditions they are in right now. But
As always, we're going to start with the butcher table.
Always, correct.
And I guess a cooking bench.
When do you think we should start deconstructing the buildings around the base for the blocks?
As soon as our worker isn't, or what's it called, it's no longer.
We're just gonna wall off this choke point for a while, throw in 2 doors.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the best. I've planned out some of the entrance already.
Okay. Big one that After's better explaining the death wall in the build than I am, so I'll let him do that.
Essentially, you want to have as many hallways as you can, 2 wide preferably. The reason for 2 wide is you can place a trap. You don't want your own guys to walk on a trap. We'll put scraps or chunks to block one side, leaving the other side open to funnel them. And it's a good start to early game defense. Eventually we'll ramp up to motors and turrets, but this is the best start. And you want to funnel them, you want to have them turn, and we want to have them run essentially down this hallway.
That will be filled with traps and chunks to slow their movement and just kill them. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you there.
No, I was done. No, that was perfect.
And the reason why this is such an overpowered way to, like, it's one of the first things you should prioritize after you build your initial, like, barracks and storage zone with your table. That's pretty much, this is what your base should look like by the end of day 1, ideally. And
be sure to set your bills so you can actually butcher the creatures.
Yes. So if you don't know how to do that, you just click on the, I don't know why you picked lavish meals, you crazy man.
I want to live lavish.
Yeah, right. Come on, we have a guy named Super Weeb and King Rat. We're not that lavish yet, dude.
Maybe Super Weeb's got it in him.
Yeah, you never know. He's a pretty hefty boy. To start build, so okay, so the butcher table butchers creatures, butchers humans. We'll get into the butcher and humans part later. You think, why would you ever think about butcher and humans? Pep talk. Boy, do I have info for you later when we get to that point. But you click on the table, click bills, and then you go add bill. And then you can either butcher creature, make kibble. You always do butcher creature and forever. Later on, you can like go in more in depth on like what they should be butchering, make sure they're doing animal corpses, don't like humans. Like there's a lot of stuff. But it's all very simple to wrap the head around. We got a couple muffalo down south of our base that we could pick off soon. I'm gonna speed things up while they're sleeping. Okay, what do you think our first research should be? Like, furniture usually is what I usually go for first.
Agreed.
And then
Furniture, clothing.
yeah, so yeah, we basically want to get better we want our people sleeping in beds, so and better clothes, so they're just happier people overall. And big word of advice, do not, okay, see how our little room and storage room is made out of wood right now? That is not a long-term building material, because wood gets lit on fire easy, it burns fast, it can cause a lot of havoc to your settlement, because there's a lot of things that can happen in the world that can start fires. Raids, weather, electricity zapping out and just, you know, exploding. So that could just destroy our whole base. So as soon as we are able to, we'll replace the wood with either steel or stone blocks.
And honestly, since stone blocks is a far way down the research, it's probably going to be steel, even though stone's better in every way.
Yes, but steel has the benefit of you don't need to process into another object to use it as a craft in, because and steel is also the fastest material to be built.
Right,
it
so
builds the fastest compared to stone blocks, but they're just weaker compared to stone blocks for walls.
Potato or rice?
I think we do one batch of rice first, then swap it to potato.
Just a little bit faster.
Yeah.
And cotton for our stuff and things, our advanced buildings, our advanced construction, and clothing construction. And then we're gonna want heel root. Never undervalue the heel root. Always place the heel root farthest away as it is.
See, we got rice, we got cotton, and then heel root in that order. We usually do rice first because out of all the options for food you can grow, it grows the fastest. So usually we want to get a nice harvest of rice off the bat so we can start making higher tier meals to feed our people, because the better meals they're eating, the happier they're going to be. And we always want a happy colony. Cotton, as after saying, it's just one of the more staples for material construction, clothes, furniture, recreation. So another thing is you got to make sure you have things like a horseshoe pin or a game of herb board, which is
something we should do right now.
I already did. I got it.
Very nice.
Because if your guys don't have anything entertaining to do, they're eventually gonna snap. It's like, okay, man, you work all day, you get home, you're not allowed to do anything you like. How happy would you be? Mad rat.
First event, Randy chooses to throw at us. The rat.
So, you know, it's a rat. You're thinking, oh, why are you guys even bothering going looking at this stupid rat? It's Rimworld, guys. You do not know what can happen.
So freeze the game.
Yeah.
It's rat gone.
Because you never know what your shit can do. Because I've had my king almost die and lose his foot because of a single rat in one of my games. All because, you know, I thought, oh, it's a rat. He's just gonna kill it with his awesome, sick plasma sword. But, you know, my king was I called him King Wimpy Bitch the Fourth because
The first three were all so bad. Oh my gosh.
because, you know, he was useless and, yeah. If you're gonna kill a rat with a fucking plasma sword, I don't think he would have lived the fucking bear or something. Well, obviously. Oh, we didn't rename Panther, man. Okay, see what After's doing is letting the guy shoot it, but also when the rat got aggroed on one of our colonists, he brought it around and just dragged it around until it de-aggroed and aggroed on someone else and moved it away. That way, micro in all the actions to avoid any form of injury, because even the littlest scratch or bite could turn into a serious infection, which could lead to a spread of the infection and eventually potentially kill all our guys. It's happened before.
You don't want to take any damage because the slightest bit of damage is a downtime for your pawn as well. It's just, why are we not? Oh, we have construct.